contact points. We've got 2 feet on the floor, 1 roller on the floor, and we're gonna put our butt on top of the chair pedal. So take a moment. I'm gonna do the same with you to start to adjust where I want to negotiate to be. Now, based upon how you set your chair with your weight, you should be able to use that same weight for what we're gonna do now. But don't worry, if you have to adjust it, that's completely fine. So I want you to take a little bit of a narrower stance. That roller's out in front of you. Your hands are nicely on top of the roller. Use that pressing down as an opportunity to really get that lift through the spine. Did you see that? Right, so watch me here. So I was here and I went here, right? So axial elongation. Now from here, can you start to lower? Here's where I'm probably gonna wanna move my roller forward and then lift. This is where I want you to start to negotiate what you're doing, okay? Because we're gonna level this up. So this is where you're gonna basically find your center of gravity. Where are you at in space? Do you need to move your butt back a little bit? Do you need to move your sits bones a little bit more forward? Do you need to adjust the weight on your chair? No judgment. Feeling now the surface area of the floor underneath your feet, because now you've got a flat surface area that you're working with instead of a pedal. So it feels totally different. I'm definitely feeling my ankles right now a lot more, my ankle mobility or lack thereof on one side in particular. Last 2. And press it through. Last one here. And exhale, drive through those heels. Now, let's open our bases of support so that we're kind of more in that position where we were in warm-up behind the chair. I felt the need to do a little wiggle. You might need to as well. My toes are slightly pointed out. See if you can give yourself the challenge, first and foremost, of going a little bit deeper. Do you see this? Yes, and then press through those heels. Now, the lighter you go on the weight, the more challenging this is gonna be, right? But believe it or not, I do this with all levels of clients at my studio, and I use this roller to help them, or a gondola pole, and it really helps them find a little bit more of a supported squat, if you will, here, and it helps them actually sit back on their heels, because I'm gonna ask you, team, to wiggle your toes. So you should be able to wiggle your toes in this, right? Oftentimes when we're squatting too far forward, we're leaning too far forward, and that's putting us on our toes and not on our heels. Good, now let's add a bit of rotation. So from here, you're gonna squat down, you're gonna rotate and reach. Look, let's alternate, inhale and exhale. Remember that roller is there for feedback, so it keeps your arm or your client's arm right where I want it to be, because what would happen if we took that roller away? You'd probably see a lot of wiggling and wobbling with that front arm, right? It gives them a gauge, it gives us a gauge of where we're at in space, which is really nice, and those legs should definitely start to be heating up. These are tricky little squats on the chair for 4 more. And then we're gonna take that contact point away. I lied, we're gonna go for 4 from here, so we're even. Inhale, exhale, rotate, reach. You got 2 more, make them your best ones. And reach, getting that nice rotation around that T-spine and heading up through that cervical spine. Now from here,